What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Odd Eyes deck profile. Can't wait to see that new Venom movie. That Venom movie's gonna be banging. I'm not going there with a bunch of expectations like it's gonna be a part of the comics, but if you want to see the Venom movie too, leave a comment in the comment section below. Can't wait to see it. But let's jump into this deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. We're still running our main beater, our main Odd Eyes, our Odd Eyes Art Pendulum Dragon. This is just like the Blue Eyes deck. You want to be able to make sure you see this card in hand as fast as possible. That way you get your combo plays going. This guy, when he's set up in your pin scale, if one of your Odd Eyes cards is destroyed, especially some of the Odd Eyes from the deck, and just start getting your pluses from there. We're running 3 of the OG original Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This guy is just good for getting that good search. If you have him set up in the pin scale, at the damage step, you can reduce the damage, but that's not the main effect you want using the pin scale. You want to blow him up at the end phase and get that low level search. Usually it's going to be a monster that's going to help you plus later on down the road. We're running 2 of the Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon. This guy, he's actually pretty good. The fact that if he's in your pin scale and you attack with the Odd Eyes monster, you can do the boost effect, and also too, he can do the extra damage burn too. So that can be very useful when you want to just OTK the opponent for real fast damage. We're still running 3 of the Odd Eyes Persona. I still feel, I've seen some people, they want to drop this down to 2. I guess it's because they feel like it's not very useful because it's a level 5, but the thing I'm looking at is it's a level 5 that can make sure it can stop those extra deck monster effects. So if I get 2 of these on board, and like I said, my opponent starts popping off them monsters effects, this is not just a once per turn effect, it's a once per turn per monster. But if you have 2 of these on board, you can stop one and then stop another, and that can be very useful when your opponent starts going off with those crazy link plays or any type of extra deck plays that could be very detrimental to you. We're still running our Supreme King engine with 3 Dark Worm and a 0 gate. The reason why, I went back and forth between 2 and 1 with the 0 gate. The reason why I'm still running it at 1 now, if push comes to shove, if I draw this in hand, you can always spin it back with the vortex effect. If push comes to shove and you don't want to use it at all, you can always use it for another, fodder for something else if you need to. But the fact that Supreme King Dark Worm could be sent to the graveyard and special summon itself if you got no monsters on the field helps you get that easy plus of a monster on the field and just keeps that free advantage for you. I'm also running still the Supreme King package of the Chronograph. The Chronograph is still, in my opinion, very good. It's the same thing with Time Gazer as with the Supreme King Gate 0. If you draw it in hand, you don't want to see it because it's going to be like a neg to you, but if push comes to shove, you can still spin it back if it goes into the extra deck with vortex effect and make these other cards live too. So that's still very useful too, and you can still get the advantage off, being able to have it in hand. Also running 1 Abyss Actor Curtain Riser. I'm only running 1 because it's a once per duel. So to have multiple of these in the deck just to see it's not going to be worth it to me. I just want to see it that one time. Its scale is odd for the deck too, so like I said, if I see it, I see it. It's going to be that free special summon for me. And also too, if you got no monsters, he's going to get the attack point boost, so that's going to be very useful too if you want to be standing alone. We're running 1 ZK Magician because there's a lot of light decks that can be very detrimental to you, and the fact that he can shut them down is very good. He also helps you to go into your Odd Eyes Raging with the effect in the pin scale, so that could be very good for your OTK boards too. And lastly, for the monsters, we're running still 1 Noble Dragon Magician because this can help you get a free monster on board as long as you got an Odd Eyes out there. Target the Odd Eyes with her effect, special summon her out of the hand or the graveyard, and that could be very, very useful. The thing I like about her the most is that she can also be just used for many combo plays and even help to set up your link plays. And that is it for our monsters. For our spell cards, we're running 1 Foolish Burial to help to get the Dark Worm in the graveyard, to help to get the Noble Dragon Magician in the graveyard. Even if you want to send just Odd Eyes cards to the graveyard and use Absolute's effect to bring them back, could be very useful. Same thing with Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine's a once per turn, so we only got 1 of it. That's why we're using the combo of Foolish Burial and Dragon Shrine. That way if push comes to shove, you can use both of them for different effects. But you send those dark worms to the graveyard, get those effects rocking. We're also running 2 Summoner's Art. Like I was saying, you want to make sure you get the Odd Eyes Art Pendulum in hand as fast as possible. And if you got many ways to do it, but the faster you can get it into hand, the easier your plays are going to start stemming and start running for you. The same thing with the Duelist Alliance. Duelist Alliance is going to be able to help you get that Odd Eyes Art Pendulum, to get your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, and get it to your hand as fast as possible. You got to have a Pendulum card in your pen scale though to activate it, and it's only once per turn, but still it can help you get those effects that you need and get the monsters that you need when you need them. This card is like really busted in this deck. You know, the Spiral Flame, the fact that you got like a built-in MST that can destroy a card on the back row or a card on the field really. And also too, to be able to search if you wanted to, whatever level 7 Odd Eyes that you wanted to get into the hand is very good. It helps you get the resource advantage that you need and also helps clear the board if you want to go for a big game push. We're also running 1 Terraforming and 3 of our Sky Iris. Sky Iris helps us just, you know, be able to set up our plays. A lot of the plays like I used to like to do is to be able to have the Art Pendulum in the pen scale, have Sky Iris out, put out another Odd Eyes card, pop it with Sky Iris, get 2 pluses, be able to get 1 in the hand, be able to special them to the field, and just be able to help set up a lot of plays. The reason why I'm only running 1 Terraforming, to me, I seem to see these cards fairly quickly. So 1 has been good enough. I get what I need, get the advantage I need, and start plussing from there. We're still running the 1 Odd Eyes Fusion. I still like to run this card because sometimes your opponent's going to, you know, destroy your board and they're going to have 2 or more monsters than you, and this is just the easy way to kick monsters out of your extra deck, especially some of the free Vortex for nothing. Spin one of their cards back hopefully, and you know, start getting advantage from there. A lot of people like to use the monster that does the fusion from the pen scale or special summons from the hand. I don't really like it that much because it's a level 8 and I can't pen summon it back out of the extra deck, and that's the main reason why I dislike that. But that's the reason why I keep a hold of this, because I can get the advantage that I need. Also running 2 Allure Darknesses. Allure Darkness, the whole deck is pretty much dark monsters. You can just, you know, resource through your deck. Whatever you don't need at that moment is not going to be a good resource card. Banish it out and just go for your big play that you want to go with. I'm also running 1 Pendulum Peridots. Pendulum Peridots is a card that I wanted to start trying out because you lose a lot of resource into the extra deck, and it's good before you get that big pin summon push to be able to add those cards back to your hand, pin summon whatever you want to out of the extra deck, and also pin a whole bunch of stuff from hand, and that can help just get that really good game push that you want to go on to your opponent. And lastly, for the spells is we got 2 Called by the Grave, because this deck can really take a beating from hand traps, and hand traps are really bad right now. You got, most decks nowadays, the engine is only like about 9 cards, and then everything else is just hand traps. So if you want to be able to make the plays that you want to, you want to be able to make sure you got Called by the Grave so you can, you know, fight through the battle and just keep going on with your plays from there. And that is it for our main deck. For our extra deck, we're running 2 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon just, you know, helps you get that free negate, spin 1 back to the deck from the extra deck, get that negate, and then use hopefully another resource to keep you going from there. We're running the 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. Meteor Burst is just good for hating on the battle phase. Also, too, to be able to grab a monster out of the pen scale can help you get the advantage you need for going into other rank 7 plays. We're also running 2 Odd Eyes Absolute. This card is like really good to be able to negate the attacks. Also, too, when it's sent to the graveyard, to be able to special summon one of your Odd Eyes from the extra deck could be, you know, very crucial to you to keep your plays going and be able to set up the boards that you want to. We're running 1 Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. This guy is just basically, he's a 3000 beater for the Odd Eyes. He helps you, you know, if you get in that iffy situation where you got that big attack monster over there, he can beat over it hopefully. Also too, you know, if you get the main monster effect where you can blow up everything, get the game winning push. It's very good for that too. We're running 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal. This is just, with new time rules, things are real iffy now. If you can burn your opponent for every card that they play, that's probably the best bet you're going to do, because if you can knock them down in life points and just get the game, just go ahead and do it that way. Make the game easy for you. We're running 1 number 11 Big Eye. Big Eye, your opponent's going to get crazy, snatch steal their monsters. If they put something too big out there, they forget you playing level 7s, make them pay for it. We're running 1 number 39 Utopia Beyond. Utopia Beyond is still good, to be able to get 2 level 6s on board, drop your opponent's attack points down to a monster's attack points down to 0, and push for major damage with the original Odd Eyes Pendulum, and this guy just be straight up 8k damage. It's awesome, just awesome. We're running 1 Naruto. Just the fact that he can get that negate with Odd Eyes Vortex is very good. To be able to get the board set up with both of them on board, it's very hard to come over sometimes. So he's a very good card to make sure you tell your opponent what you're going to do. We're also running the number 61 Volcasaurus. That's also to just make sure you get that burn damage on the opponent. Like I said, you want to make sure you're doing more damage to your opponent than they're doing to you. That way you can't lose by just points. We're also taking in a Tornado Dragon, because like I said, you don't want to lose the back row. You got decks like Altergeist, things like that. You can't just sit there and just pop off blind MST, on cards. You got to make sure you wait your time, see what's going to be a threat, and then blow that off, and then go with your game from there. Also, too, we're running 1 Evil Sworn Exciton Knight. Exciton Knight, if you don't have one, you should put it in. The only reason why I say that is, even though you're not going to be doing no damage, the fact that your opponent gets crazy, overloads the board, this is a free win. This is a free, just wipe the board, hit the reset button. You messed up, you overextended, let's get the game right, let's reset this to our favor. That's something that you always want to make sure that you can do. That, like I said, you don't want to be going in all in and just sit there and kill yourself. So, very good. We're also running 1 Heavy Metal Foes Electrum. Electrum got hit on the ban list. It's okay. We down to 1 now. It's, very good budget option. Put it in there. Get your pluses from there. We're also running 1 Decode Talker, because Decode Talker, helps you get, just that mad negate 2 and also be a good beater. We're also going to give you our sideboard options because you asked for it, so we want to help you guys out. Like I said, sideboard, it's going to be personal preference depending on your meta, your area, what's going on with you. But we got 2 Gamma Seals just because sometimes your opponent puts up some pretty crazy monsters. Just go ahead and Gamma Seal it, run it over. Also run the Ghost Ogres. Ghost Ogres, this could be Ghost Ogres, DD Crows. If you got Ashes, put them in. Whatever you want to be, whatever hand trap is good for you, you put it in right there. You always got to have your board wipes. Raigeki Dark Holes, just to be able to make sure you can get that good game push. If you miss Max C and you don't want your opponent getting crazy pluses, Shared Ride is your best option. This is something I've always thought, people should have been playing years ago. And if Max C does not come back, this will probably be the reason why. But like I said, if you want to make sure your opponent getting the pluses on you, go ahead and get a Shared Ride with him. Like I said, you want to make sure that back row stays on lock. You don't just want to blindly do it because you're going to have a cost, but you want Twin Twister stuff. Make sure that that back row is cleared off so you can go with your plays the way you want to. We also got 2 evenly matches. You could bump this up to 3, but like I said, you want to be able to, you want to be able to make the plays you want to make. You don't want them to be overextending. If they overextend them, make a play for it. And lastly, 3 Mind Crush, because Mind Crush, everything searches. I don't care what deck they play, everything searches nowadays. And if you take that key component piece away from them, that's what you want to do and get that advantage of seeing what's in their hand. But that's it for the deck profile, guys. Leave a comment, any suggestions, let us know what you think. We're out.